You need to dream big to drive change. Well, that's not enough. You need to use that dream and that driving force within you, which we call the resilience within, to inspire many. Some women are brilliant at doing this. We have one with us sitting to chat with us on the next guest from the 973 show, and that is Kumari, the District Collector of Trivandrum. Ma'am, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Raji.
Thank you very much for joining us. I know it's a very short and quick visit. Out of that, squeezing time to talk to us, indeed privileged.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Trivandrum, because there are a lot of Trivandrumites out here and they would relate very personally with you, including myself, one from Trivandrum.
Right.
You've been in Trivandrum for almost 2 years, almost 1 and 7 months.
Yeah.
Both as the assistant collector and now as the collector, isn't it? So Haryana's Beti is now Kerala's Beti.
Kerala's Beti. No, I'm the adopted daughter of Kerala.
Yes. And Kerala is known for, embracing. Now, my first question would be from your official portfolio. Kerala is known for its literacy rate, its very progressive approach, a lot of development. And being the collector, I'm sure you have a plate full, isn't it? Yeah. How do you look at your domain, working domain, and the people and interacting with them? Because the collector is supposed to be the guardian.
Right. So, Raji, just prior to becoming the district collector, I was heading the IT mission. I was Director IT Mission Government of Kerala, and after that then I got the posting of District Collector Thiruvananthapuram. As a District Collector, your profile is very, very diverse, very vast. So for example, as IT Mission Director or in any other portfolio, we would be focusing on one segment. It could be tourism, it could be fisheries, it could be IT. But as the District Collector, you are responsible for all the things which are happening in your district across the line departments, across various areas, and it is a very holistic thing. It is a very inclusive thing. The kind of exposure that you get, that is immense. Public dealing is huge. That is the biggest part of it, and I would say that is the most fulfilling part. When you are able to directly talk to the public, and in instances where you are able to address their grievances instantly or immediately, it gives you a different level of self-satisfaction. It gives you a different level of kick, when we feel ki, oh, this was a purpose for which I had always tried to become a civil servant. So it is very fulfilling and satisfying. In terms of domain areas that we primarily work with, so it would be around development. So at present, for example, in Trivandrum, a lot of development projects are going on. Coastal highway, hill highway, inland navigation, or land acquisition for our outer ring road or other highway projects. All these things are parallelly going on. And District Collector is right in the middle of all these for land acquisition purposes, for various reviews, taking the things forward, how they are progressing. Development is one area. Then there are all the other things, for example, be it education, be it health, be it your drive against drugs, be it promotion of sports. So you will be, in most of the cases, the chairperson of the various district level bodies or committees which will be there, responsible for implementation of the works of all these line departments. So it is very wide, varied and holistic profile.
Very colorful, I would say.
Yeah.
Depends on the way you look at it, right? And I love the usage, the civil servant. Yeah. Because IAS position is quite glamorized thanks to Bollywood, Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually getting down to work, right? Rolling up your sleeves and getting deep into the...
Let me, put things in perspective. Usually the way it is depicted in media, it is very, very different. On ground, your challenges, the way you deal with things, because they show that, for example, in movies, they'll be showing ki, oh, this is the district collector, this is the SP. And then they'll get things done immediately like that. But no, trust me, on ground, it's not magical like that. You're supposed to follow the rules. There are procedures for things and you have to follow the protocol. You have to follow the rules. So it, many times, for example, even if a very poor person walks up to you and he wants to be included as a beneficiary, say in a particular scheme, but because of one or the other reason, he is, not eligible for that, then magically you just cannot include him. But in movies, they'll be showing a person walks up and
Do this and-
yeah, and then the person signs something and go, your house is allotted to you. No, things don't work like that. And real life is very different from real life. However, having said that, I would say that if you are really committed to your work, if you are really committed to serving the people, then despite the rules sometimes becoming an impediment, you still will be able to find ways to move around the rules and yet help the people.
That's determination. Now, anyone going through your profile, thanks to media again, the first article that pops up about you is about the mother who had to keep herself away from her son to crack the UPSC. I don't know whether you would agree with me. These stories have become a lot out there, like as to how women keep aside things, be it the child, the family, or something else to do. And that's considered a big thing. Do you agree with me on that?
I totally agree with you.
Because we can do that, right?
Yes.
We can do that. And I think that's all about determination, as you rightly said that. But still, I would love to hear that, because I always believe that sometimes one statement can inspire one soul out there, and that is the change that we are looking forward to. So if you could tell us, like, I think you lost your first time for
for one
mark, isn't it? And then you determined. I know it was not easy. Like, again, it was not as glamorous as you read in the print.
Yeah. So, Raji, I always say that when they sometimes, even base movies on people who have struggled and then who have achieved their goals. So in movies, it all comes with a background music. It all comes with nice fancy story. And since you already know that the end result is going to be something fantastic, so you watch the movie with a certain kind of excitement and all. But in real life, trust me, it is very dull, boring, and monotonous.
Yes.
And it's so unpredictable. When you are taking up these challenges as a woman, as a man, irrespective of gender, whenever we are setting a high goal or target for ourselves, and we are putting in our best work, still life is unpredictable. You can never be sure, 100% sure of the success. And these times are very monotonous and very, what I would say, very, very demanding. You really have to put your all heart and soul into it to make it happen, whatever objective you have kept for yourself. So real life is different from real life, and it does require a lot of determination to reach your goal, particularly in highly competitive profiles, say UPSC, which has a success ratio of 0.1%. 1 person for every 1,000 aspirants. So you can imagine. But, I did persevere. I did put in a lot of hard work and discipline. And I always say, more than even motivation is probably a highly rated quality, but discipline, that is a very underrated quality. People many times say, I want to derive motivation. Where do I get the motivation from? I always say motivation is going to last you for 1 day or 2 days or maximum a month. What is going to sustain you is discipline. So stay disciplined. So those days were, really tough, and I'm happy I could make it. It was a very hard and difficult choice for me as a mother to leave aside my son and prepare. And there were days when I would open the book and tears would be rolling down the cheeks, and I would find it like really difficult to even wipe out my eyes and remove the wetness and start seeing the words which are there. But somewhere that determination was there. And being a mother, I think we women are generally very strong, and motherhood makes us even more stronger. So thankfully, perseverance and everything paid off, and
yes.
I could get my goal.
Yes, that's a beautiful story. I really wanted you to narrate it out there, because as I said, it could be an inspiration to one person out there who might be listening this today. And these stories, let it repeat. That's what I hope. And a close to heart question, because this is something very close to heart. I always believe in giving something for the future, the generation, the younger generation, and especially education. You happen to be beautifully decked with this honor of being the brand ambassador of your home state, in your home state of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Yes, saving a daughter, gone are those days. Thanks, like now girls are princesses
Yes,
of families,
Yes.
So how I'm sure you're equally proud, isn't it?
Yes.
That's, I think, more than sitting in front of you as a district collector for Trivandrum, I'm proudly sitting in front of you because you're an ambassador for such a noble cause. Talk about Kerala to me, ma'am, because of course you are in your hometown that ambassador, but I'm sure that you're carrying that crown with you,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Kerala has its own celebrated rates of literacy, even men and women. But how do you explore the avenues in the state that you're based in?
Yeah. So, after being announced as the ambassador for Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, I would say that after the result had come, I had become an IAS officer. There have been, I can easily say, at least 1,000 women who have reached out to me,
Beautiful.
girls and women
Beautiful.
in various capacities through various forums, directly coming to my home, talking to me over phone, writing emails to me, writing on my social media accounts, and reaching out to me for a word of guidance, a word of support, sometimes a word of motivation, or they simply just wanted to talk to me. There have been instances where girls or women would call me up, and before even they could say hello, when I respond, they would be crying like anything, as if it is an opportunity for them, it is coming out of their hearts, all the pent up frustration and all the pent up those desires that they want to do something, and because of one or the other reason they
It did
couldn't
not
do.
happen. Mm.
And Raji, I have been fortunate that God gave me such an opportunity, and I have given guidance or my own words of advice to all these girls and women, and I'm very happy to say that many of them later on came back to me thanking me that your those two words, your those two lines, they helped me a lot, and then I started doing XYZ things, and today I'm a proud this person. I'm a proud, this person means operating in various capacities in their careers or even in their personal life, happy and satisfied because of a few things that they could share with me, discuss with me and get my guidance on. So that way I have guided a lot of women and across India. Okay, maybe a major proportion would be from Haryana, but across India. Then coming over to Kerala. Kerala is a very different state and thankfully positively. So we all know that female feticide kind of thing, which we very often hear about in other states. In Kerala, as district collector, our PCPNDT Act, which is prevention of prenatal sex diagnostics and all. So that is not even a concern for us. Had we been collectors in some other district where still the preference for the male child is that high, we have to really act tough to close down all those unauthorized centers, ultrasound centers, which still reveal the sex of the unborn child. So Kerala has a lot of advantages. It is very advanced in many things, which I feel very happy about. So initially I used to feel, the avenues for you to operate and contribute are limited over here. But at the same time, there are opportunities. I usually visit a lot of schools and colleges, address the girls. At present, we are running a beautiful program, Project X also. As a part of that project also, we try to reach out to girls, boys also, but majority to girls, trying to understand their problems, the things which they might not be, very open to share with their family, with their friends, but we take like anonymous feedbacks.
Yeah. Great. So that was a beautiful, lovely conversation, but I cannot close this conversation without taking your opinion on the beautiful place that we're all here, Bahrain. This is your first time, right?
Yeah.
How do you like Bahrain for the first time?
I like this, a very small country, but
with a very big heart.
A big heart and a huge Indian diaspora.
Yes.
I mean, I was roaming around in the local places and all. There were people who were talking to us in Hindi and everywhere here and there. Cheta, okay. Immediately recognize, our Mallu brother is here. So at many spots, I met a lot of our Malayali diaspora, and I was like, come on, let the Mallu gang have a picture. So, huge Indian diaspora and very welcoming set of people. Today morning itself, I went to a temple and then I was told that there are worship places of all the, religions. In this small city, there are around 20 temples and obviously big mosques are there. open place, welcoming place, and a warm place. So, and thankfully for the last 2-3 days, weather also has been
Yes, you've come in the right
really
time.
kind.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed it, met a lot of people, and I'm happy to know that most of the people that I spoke to, they said when they came over here, they came for a period of say 1 year, yeah, 2 year. Ki let us try it. 1 साल 2 साल करके देखते हैं. Adinishesham Tirichpogam. But most of them have ended up staying for such longer durations. There are people who have been staying for 8 years, 10 years, even 15, 30 years. So the place must be really welcoming and supportive. That is why this kind of extension happens. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us on the 973 show. Can I have your one message to the listeners out there or the viewers out there, please?
Okay. There's this one beautiful quote that is close to my heart, and I usually share it. So I'll share that itself with the listeners. When you are faced with problems, try to think of this quote. It might give you power. It used to give a lot of power to me. Every person has to go through either of the two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And the difference is that discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. So while you are going about your daily life and you have to come across, if you have to make a difficult choice, then make a choice which will lead to discipline, and you can endure that pain of discipline, but which will not lead to regret in the later life. That regret wala burden is very difficult to carry on. So make right choices and stay disciplined. Take that burden. You'll ultimately end up being happy.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for that lovely
Thank you,
interview.
Raji, for hosting me, for inviting me. Thank you.
When you speak, you can speak from two perspectives. One is for speaking, as to, we can do this, we can do that, we can inspire, we can motivate. The second is having been in a spot, in a position, having gone through it and then talking that experience. I would relate that, the second one, the latter, which I said. Whatever the guest this day spoke to us is all from her experience. And that is the best part of this conversation, which is my takeaway. That was Anu Kumari, the District Collector of Trivandrum, on the next guest from the 973 show. And this is Raji Unikrishnan signing off.